Now, we as scientists, educators, engineers, artists, we want to document the design process. And we want to discuss how we're going to document that process. Our unit big idea. You all know this by heart, right? By the time you have 6 lessons in a unit, you know it by heart. The engineering design process. What's that? Yes, that's a very important part. The engineering design process is a systematic, iterative problem solving method which produces solutions to meet human wants and desires. If you're not meeting human wants and desires, you will not get purchases. People won't spend money for it. And one of the things we discuss is your profit margin. Sales. That's right. Remember some of the product failures that you looked up? They didn't meet human wants and desires. So they were failures. Yep, aesthetics and function. Very important. The lesson big idea. The engineering design process is incomplete until the solution to the design problem has been communicated to its intended audience. So remember, the number 1 step, define the problem. The number 12 step, communicate your results. The engineering design process is incomplete until the solution to the design problem has been communicated to its intended audience. Communication. Engineers and designers communicate with different audiences. They talk with their clients, the manufacturing companies they work with. They may be at a manufacturing company themselves. They talk with government agencies and marketing companies. Why government agencies? Remember USDA? Yes, you do. You have to check to make sure that you're not going against any of the safety specs that the government has put in place, like the Food and Drug Administration. You cannot introduce products that will cause harm to people or animals. Yep, that's right. Marketing companies. Why do they talk with marketing companies? What do marketing companies do? You all know that? They can sell it in a different area. They can give you a marketing slogan. One of the slogans I think of, you don't want it to fall in the wrong hands. When secret deodorant was introduced, its slogan was strong enough for a man but made for a woman. So if you think about some of the slogans, if you all watch basketball games, football games, hockey games, a lot of the new commercials are bought out during sports activities because so many people pay attention to sports. So that's your marketing strategy. You all can come up with ideas like the games you all play. You all can win some things because you have such innovative ideas. Yes, sir. Hmm. Yep, you want the feedback. Um, what they do at Kroger, they have a free Friday download. So every Friday, you can go out there with a Kroger card. You can download whatever's free. And the reason they're doing it is a marketing strategy. They've put Baja, is that how you pronounce it? Baja drinks out there. They've put new sports drinks. They've put the new cookies they've introduced. And the reason I remember that is a whole pack of Chips Ahoy cookies. And they didn't just have regular chocolate chip cookies, they introduced the thin ones. So they had the regular chocolate chip, they had the cinnamon something chocolate chips, like a snickerdoodle cookie. They had oatmeal. They had double chocolate. It's probably one I'm leaving out. But they gave you the whole box. They gave you different soups. These are different strategies now. Because, huh? Yes, you like free things, and when you try it, you will try it, and if you like it, then you're going to go back and buy it. What was it? The soups. Campbell's had soups. About what? Yes, that is a bad thing about drugs. One of the things I remember when I was growing up was they took an egg and put it in a pan. The pan was hot, and they cracked the egg and put it in there and said, "This is your brain on drugs." That was enough to scare the daylights out of me. I wasn't into drugs. I wasn't into drinking. I wasn't into smoking. Nothing. I didn't want my brain fried like that. It's a what? A meme? Yeah, they shouldn't because it happens. Now, the purpose of the communication. We want to reflect on the process of what we're doing. We want to gather ideas and feedback from others. Do you like what we're doing? What would you change? Communicating your successes and your failures during the design process lets you know whether you should continue doing what you're doing or you should change something, right? So that way you'll know, should I change something or should I not change something? Communicating the final design to your target market. That is one of the reasons that Apple has different color phones. They used to have a black phone or a white phone. Now you've got all these different colors. Who else does phones? Samsung. Samsung phones, there's actually software that you can put games on. You can make games using MIT, some of MIT software. So it's all about the market. Communicating with stakeholder groups. You must utilize your effective communication skills. That is why I want you all to make sure you communicate well. That is why you will be doing your presentation. You want to make sure that people understand what you're saying. If your communication is good, then they'll listen to you. If your communication is not good, they may dismiss you without thinking about what you said. You want to incorporate different presentation formats depending on the purpose. Are you presenting for education or you're presenting for sales? Who is your audience? Scientists versus people who are buying your products. That's important. Now, preparing to communicate. What is the purpose of your presentation? Are you trying to educate, persuade, inform? Who is your audience? Is it students versus adults? What's the age of the students? What is their background knowledge of what you're discussing? What will they want to know? How will the audience stay engaged? Say again about the students. Yep, that's why I was so exciting. Do you want audience interaction? Yes. How will you present your visuals? Are they going to be appealing presentations like ours? Or no color, just dull on the sheet of paper? Make sure your presentation has pictures. Remember, that's why we do our word of the week. It has a picture because the picture plants it firmer in your brain. How much time do you have for the presentation? Are they giving you 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours? Where will the presentation be held? Do you have access to technology, such as a computer, a projector? Do you need to bring your own, or will they give you access? And our final foil for this lesson: determine the format of your presentation. Will you have PowerPoint slides? How about some video? How about some internet sites like we looked at today, showing us the bridges? A podcast that you could put on the internet and the people go back and look at. Will the demonstration be hands-on or presenter only? Now, huh? And it makes it very interesting. You see how we have our PowerPoint slides. And did you also take it and record it like we're doing? Okay. Oh, good. It was a good experience, wasn't it? Well, this concludes this lesson. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. No, we got a few more. Determine the format. What is your format going to be? Huh? Okay. You may have a brochure that you've created, something that people can take away with them. You may have a poster or a table display. That's what you can have back when you do your presentation. Your performance. Are you going to role play? That's one thing if you're talking about what this product's going to do for you. You may have a role play and come in and say, I don't know what it's going to do. What is it going to do for me? And you may have two people telling you the advantages of using that one versus another one. Good product. Prepare your content. The beginning of your presentation, make sure you introduce yourself and your objectives, as we have on our webpage and in our lessons and in our unit idea. The big idea of each unit. It's an introduction stating the objectives. In the middle of your presentation, you want to say, this is my design process, this is what we're going to do, these are successes or failures. You want to leave room for questions and use your visual aids. Make sure a picture means 1,000 words. The end of your presentation, go back and summarize your points. Refer to your objectives and ask for questions that people may have. You want to make sure they understand it. If they go away without an understanding, then they'll be exhausted. The day of your presentation, practice your presentation. You could stand in front of the mirror and practice. You could practice with a sister, a brother, a parent, a friend. You can have notes if you'd like to. Arrive prior to your audience and set up. Set up your display so that when people come in, they're ready. Speak clearly and loudly. Make sure your audience can hear you. Usually now we have microphones. The day of the presentation, and this really is the last four. You want to smile and relax. Remember, you're an authority on the subject. Most of the people are not authorities. You're going to use the opportunity to collect feedback. You want to hear what people are saying on your process. You want to know how you can improve your solution. They may come up with ideas you hadn't thought of. Society depends on engineers and designers to present their ideas to move innovations forward to meet society needs and wants. We've still got those human needs and desires, don't we? And this concludes